Okay, everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining this applicant event. Thank you very much for your interest in UBC. Congratulations to any students who have received an offer, and congratulations to those students who likely have an offer on the way. You are here tonight because you've applied to UBC. You've applied to the Bachelor of Applied Science, also known as engineering, and perhaps you're interested in either the Vancouver campus, maybe the Okanagan campus, or possibly both. In this session, we are going to be covering information relevant to students entering our program in year 2, likely coming through one of our forms of transfer. And we're going to be covering information relative to the engineering program on the Okanagan campus. Thank you for connecting tonight. My name is Kyle Watson. I am an engineering academic advisor on the Okanagan campus. I assist prospective and current students with their degree planning and anything related to their student experience in terms of engineering. So today's session, feel free to be asking questions in the Q&A section of the hop-in. It would be on the right-hand side of your screen under the event and session sections. You can see people that are in the event, the chat, Q&A, if you wouldn't mind posing your questions there. Chat, you can feel free to be chatting amongst the group. In this session here, we are going to be covering information related to second-year placement, registration, which can be a bit of a stressful time, but with preparation is quite easy. Transfer credits, multiple opportunities that are available during your time in the Bachelor of Applied Science, as well as next steps for you in the coming days, weeks, or even months. When we talk about second-year placement, what we're referring to in that is the selection of your specialization. In other terms, you may refer to it as a major. In the Bachelor of Applied Science, you will be competing or choosing a specialization. On the Okanagan campus, we have 4 specializations to choose from: civil engineering, electrical engineering, manufacturing engineering, as well as mechanical. On the Okanagan campus, if you've received an offer for the applied science on the Okanagan campus, you've earned the luxury of simply declaring your specialization or declaring your major. You would fill out the form, you choose which major you'd like to pursue, and we guarantee that you will get your first choice. On the Vancouver campus, it's a little bit more competitive. You do have to compete for your specialization. So if you're considering both campuses, just keep that in mind. There is a bit of a different process for students in terms of second-year placement or choosing your specialization or your major. If you're looking to learn more about the different specializations offered, we have information about that on our website. If you want to review courses that are taken, design projects, labs, extracurricular research experience, whatever it may be related to that particular program, we can certainly dive deeper on that, or you can chat with an advisor about that as well. Registration is sort of your first big test at UBC to get through. It can be a bit stressful, but with proper planning and giving yourself enough time to get ahead, it should be just fine. For the Okanagan campus, we make sure that all engineering students will get into each of the classes they need. And if you're on it right away and you're organized, you will likely get into the section of the class you want or the timetable that you are looking for. But know that we're here to help and make sure that you're going to get into some classes either way, but it is something you're going to want to start to plan ahead on. You're quite familiar with the Student Service Center by now. This is the platform where you originally went to apply to UBC. It's where you've likely been going back and forth to check on the status of your application. It's also where you're going to be going to register for your courses. It's the same area you pay for your tuition, access your transcripts, view your grade summary. Your Student Service Center is sort of your one-stop shop main hub for all online access to details pertaining to your degree. And so that's the area you're going to be registering. In there, you're going to be able to access what's referred to as the course schedule. There is a course schedule for each academic year or each session. And so you will be registering for the 2022 winter session. Classes start in September, term 1 running from September through to December. Term 2 of that same 2022 winter session would run from January through to the end of April. And so this summer, you will be registering for term 1 and term 2 courses. You'll start by reviewing the course schedule, and this would show all courses that are available at UBC. You'll be paying particular attention to the applied science courses moving forward. And so what you're looking to do ahead of time is prepare what's referred to as a work list. A work list is sort of like your wish list of all the courses that you're looking to get into. When you're navigating the course schedule, you want to make sure that you're choosing the Okanagan campus, if that is the campus you're registering for. You also want to make sure you're choosing the correct session. You don't want to be looking for courses in winter of 2021, that's this past year, or you might not want to be looking at summer 2022 courses that might not be applicable to you. Just make a good habit when you're logging into your registration portal within the SSC to always make sure you have the correct campus and the correct session selected. Once you've chosen 2022 winter and the Okanagan campus, you can now view browsing all courses that are offered. And from there, you can be adding courses to your work list. This allows you to put together all the pieces of the puzzle of each lecture with their associated secondary activities like a lab, or maybe a tutorial, or in some cases both. You're trying to fit all those pieces together to make sure that there's no conflict in your timetable and you're able to get into all the sections of each of your required courses. The nice part about the work list and doing this ahead of time is that you handle all of the stress well before your registration date. You do get an email 2 weeks before your registration date, sending you to your student service center to find your exact day and time. That would be sort of a good reminder to definitely build your work list ahead of time, but you can be working on this a month ahead. As soon as the course schedule is published, it's usually in May, you can start working on your work list for the following year. But the plan is to have 1, 2, maybe 3 work lists as backups all ready to go so that when your registration day and time opens, you can just hit register all on your work list, put your feet up, have a sip of your coffee, and watch as your schedule fills up for the next year. If you're in this session, you likely are coming through our transfer process and you have transfer credits that you're hoping to apply to your engineering degree at the Okanagan campus or possibly the Vancouver campus. There is a bit of a process for transfer credits. The first step through admission will be assessing your transfer credits. And this will happen shortly after you've received your offer to UBC. In some cases, it may be contingent on you accepting your offer, but not always the case. If you have more questions about that, I'm happy to chat. UBC as an institution is going to be assessing all of your transcripts that you included in your application and will be assessing what's referred to as either specific credit or general credit. A specific credit would be applied to an existing individual course. So you might see in your transfer credit tab, which is also accessed from your student service center, an individual course code. For example, Math 100. You've received transfer credit for that particular course, Math 100, within the UBC course code catalog. It's possible you could also receive general credit. This might be where our admissions office says, we think there's something there. We know this student has earned credit, but we're not quite sure which course it should apply to in this student's program. And that's where you'll see general credit applied. So this is where you might see something like, in this example here, Math First, or maybe Applied Science First. That is meaning you have transfer credits, but there is going to be a next step to see which engineering course or courses those could be applied to. That's where we help as engineering advisors, that we're available on both campuses and we can help with next steps. It's possible you may have also completed courses from your previous institution that didn't receive either specific or general credit. That's okay. You could still be eligible for transfer credit. It means we need more information, and that's where you're going to fall into our transfer credit application. We can assist you with that. You're filling out a form, entering more information, including course syllabi, who taught the course from your previous institution, and just giving us more information to assess. So bottom line, what you take from this screen is your first step when you receive your offer to UBC. There will be more steps thereafter to get a full grasp of what your complete transfer credit assessment will be. And that's something that we can work on over the coming months. On the Okanagan campus, for the engineering degree, we ask our students to take what's referred to as a humanities elective. It's taking a course outside the topic of engineering to broaden your thought, enhance your experience, but just to diversify your course load. On the Okanagan campus, we require 3 credits. This is usually just going to be 1 course. On the Vancouver campus, for most programs, you may be required to take 6 credits or 2 courses of a humanities elective. Just keep that in mind, depending on which campus you pursue. The humanities elective allows you to choose from an approved set of subjects, and it's quite flexible. You can pursue a course of interest in psychology or economics, or maybe geography, whatever it might be. We've got a full approved list to choose from. Your humanities elective is something you simply need to complete prior to graduation. It's often suggested to take in term 2 of year 2, which would likely be your first year on the campus if you're transferring in. But again, you can take that course at any time prior to graduation. Flexibility in how you're putting together your course planning moving forward. So we talked about registration. It can be a bit stressful, especially when you're starting at a new institution with a new software for the registration. The most important thing that you can do is plan ahead. Book an appointment with an academic advisor. Come to drop-in. We offer registration info sessions throughout the spring leading up to registration, and likely what will be late June or early July, depending on your date. But plan ahead. Get yourself together to prepare multiple work lists prior to your registration date. I mentioned earlier, you do get an email reminder 2 weeks before your registration date. Our registration dates are already published on the academic calendar. You can be seeing that already, but prepare by building work lists. That work list is your wish list of which courses you want to get into, and it is helpful to have a backup or 2 backups. Because if you find a particular section, let's say you need to take Applied Science 201 or Technical Communications class, and you really want section 202, Wednesdays and Fridays at 1 p.m., but it's full, that could throw off your work list. And so you don't want to be frantically trying to find a section and adjust other sections. That's where it comes in handy to have that work list and simply hit register all on work list number 2. Second year registration, if you have that year 2 standing transferred in, you are going to be registering beginning July 11th. You will have a specific time given to you. It's possible you might be transferring into UBC and still under year 1 standing. You'll actually be registering a little bit earlier, but again, you will definitively know your registration date. It'll be published on your SSC 2 weeks before. And here's our live registration info sessions. I encourage you to attend those. They're super helpful and a chance to ask more questions. You can even walk through your work list with an advisor by booking an appointment before registration date, and have the peace of mind of knowing you're covering all your bases and in all the courses that you need to be for your first year at UBC. Year 2 extracurriculars and success. We have many ways to get involved on campus. A couple to name a few are our design teams. There are design teams here tonight running sessions that you're able to jump in, learn more about what they're doing. These are current UBC engineering students. The programs are run by engineering students for engineering students. I encourage you to go check out some of those sessions of interest to learn more. Research opportunities are also a great way to get involved. UBC's ranked top 40 institution in the world because of what we're doing for research, and undergraduate students on the Okanagan campus can get involved. You can have a paid position working in a lab on a research initiative. On our campus, we currently have the world record for most efficient solar panel. And how do we achieve that? Well, through research, and you could be involved in a project like that. There are many resources available on our campus that can contribute towards your success. Free tutoring is one, academic advising is another. Anything related to financial support, health and wellness support, academic support, your student experience support. There is a team at UBC filled with staff members that are here to help, and all it takes is for you to make that first step to take advantage. The majority of resources are also free as well, and so there should be no excuse for you to find that support you need to make sure you're staying on the right track towards success. Here's a quick snapshot of the Engineering Academic Services team on the Okanagan campus, where we are filled with engineering advisors, transfer credit assessments, administrative support, graduate studies advising, professional development advising, international student advising. We've got a lot of staff that are here available to support you, and excited for your journey that's ahead beginning in September at UBC in engineering. How do you contact an engineering ac advisor or anybody within the academic services team on the Okanagan campus? Email is a great way to reach out. We have virtual drop-in advising that's done through Zoom. You can be connecting from the comfort of your home or wherever you're joining from today, and connect with myself or any of the advisors to chat more about your questions that you're having. This is a very exciting time for you, and I'm sure you have many, many questions. We are here to help. Know that you can connect with us. We also have in-person and virtual appointments. If you wanted to book an appointment to do so, you can. This link here on our Talk to Advisor page gives you more details on how to access all three of these connection avenues, but know that we are here to help. Please do not hesitate to reach out and contact us. There's many opportunities for you to explore throughout your degree that may be outside of the classroom or beyond your specialization or your major. Co-op is very popular. It is competitive, but students that take advantage of this opportunity are earning industry standard wage, but industry experience prior to completing their degree. Many students who do well in the co-op program often have job offers before they've even graduated from UBC and have that peace of mind knowing that they've got one more year left on their degree and they're walking straight into a full-time position at a great company in the industry of their choice. Minors and options are a great way to complement your degree as well. In a minor, you're taking additional courses through a different faculty, and an option is a curated of courses that are taken through engineering, but that's something you can chat with an advisor about or check out our website for more details as well. Studying abroad is a great way to earn credits for your engineering degree from a different institution all over the world. We have many partner institutions. You could be at the University of Glasgow taking courses for your civil engineering degree and staying on track to graduate, but experiencing a new campus, a new cohort of students and faculty, but staying on track for your engineering degree. Our upper year mentorship program is a great way to get involved with engineering students, as well as clubs. Those are similar to our design clubs that are here tonight, and I encourage you to check out their sessions to chat with current students in our program. Next steps for you. There's some important dates coming up. Early May, we have some dates to keep in mind of, whether it be your application for study permit or possibly submitting final transcripts, anything related to required documents. Make sure you're always going into your SSC to review the status of your application as well. You do have a deadline to accept your offer. That could be different based on what is in your offer letter. Once you receive your offer letter, pay close attention to all the information in that and follow the deadlines and instructions that are provided. And keep in mind, after you've received your offer, after you've accepted your offer, and your next big step is registration. If you're year two standing heading into next year, July 11th is a big day for you. Hopefully you've chatted with myself or one of the advisors before then, or at least attended one of our info sessions to help with registration. Here are some great sites for you to follow up on. you.ubc.ca will have all of your next steps in terms of, now I've applied, then what? Now I've been admitted, then what? First year cost calculators, anything related to your start at UBC, this is a great website for you to check out. When we talk about your degree options and specializations and minors and options, this middle site here, engineering.ok.ubc.ca, is a great place to find more resources, videos, testimonials. It's a good spot to go to. And the third one here, soeadvising.ok.ubc.ca, is where you'll access things like advising sheets, a curriculum map, the resources you'll need to prepare for registration are in here, and also how you can access that Talk to an Advisor page for ways to email, come to a virtual drop-in, book an appointment with us in person or virtually, or find that contact page from our full team. I encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions. Please feel comfortable in sending me a direct email, or if you want to go to our team, I promise I won't take offense, but know that we are here to help and answer any questions that you may have.